would be perfect, but don't close them up too tight because they need adequate ventilation. Find more tips for housing rabbits in the wintertime at livingthecountrylife.com. I'll see you in the country.
Living the Country Life. Ideas and inspiration for your place in the country. You can find more information on today's topic, share your tips, and post photos by visiting us online at livingthecountrylife.com.
Today's Daily Encouragement by William the Encourager, sponsored by Ted Russell Nissan, home of the lifetime warranty on Kingston Pike.
Praise the Lord, my brothers and sisters. It's Wednesday. Come on, you know the drill. Let's pray. Father God, we thank you again for your mercy and kindness and grace and love for us, Lord God. Now bless this day, Lord God, because this is the day that you've made. We will rejoice and be glad in it. In Jesus' name we pray. Amen. As we were talking about the things that God has set inside of each and every one of us, but you know, the enemy has worked overtime to keep the people of God in bondage. Not physical chains, but mental chains. Chains that tell you that you are not good enough. Chains that tell you that you are too late. Chains that whisper that you will never be more than what you are today. But the devil is a liar. You are a vessel of divine greatness. You were created to multiply, to expand, to lead, to build, to create. You were never meant to struggle just to survive. You were meant to rise up and reign. The kingdom of God is not a kingdom of beggars. It is a kingdom of kings and priests. But kings must rise and priests must awaken. Let's go back to the word. When God created Adam, he gave him dominion, not just existence. He told him to subdue the earth, to rule over it, to name the animals, to take authority. But when sin entered, mankind lost that dominion. And ever since, we have been, listen at this, ever since then, we have been conditioned to think like slaves instead of rulers. But Jesus came to restore what was lost. He didn't just come to get us to heaven. He came to put heaven back into us. He came to restore your authority, your power, your wealth, your kingdom. The problem is not because we are thinking like prisoners, when God has already given them the keys to the kingdom. Do you realize that God has given you a unique gift that is connected to your abundance? The Bible says in Proverbs 18:16 that a man gifts make room for him and bring him before great men. Your gifts is not just for you. It is the vehicle that will take you to places that you've never imagined. But gifts must be unlocked. Gifts must be cultivated. Gifts must be released. And the reason why so many people live beneath their potential is because they never activate the power within them. They bury their gifts, they hide their talents, and they doubt themselves. But let me tell you, God did not make a mistake when he placed that vision in you. He did not make a mistake when he placed that business idea in your heart. He did not make a mistake when he called you to lead, to build, to innovate. He's waiting for you to move. Some of the wealthiest men in the world are operating in the principles of God, even if they don't acknowledge him. My brothers and sisters, it's time for us to move in the realm that God has called us to move in. God has placed so many wonderful gifts inside of us, and he did not give them to us just to see them not come to fruition. He put those in us because he has a plan for our lives. So my brothers and sisters, remember, there's a way out of your mess, and it's JESUS.
Where can you buy a brand new Nissan with a lifetime warranty? Kingston Pike. Hey, folks, Gerald Anderson with Ted Russell Nissan. You heard it right. Every new Ted Russell Nissan comes with a lifetime warranty, and that's a long, long time. Ted Russell Nissan on Kingston Pike.
Good morning and welcome to AM 1380 WYSH and Ask Your Neighbor. Ask Your Neighbor can also be heard and seen on our website, WYSHradio.com. And if you are in Anderson, Rome, or Morgan County and have Comcast cable, you can watch Ask Your Neighbor on BBB TV Channel 12. Ask Your Neighbor is the program where you call in and do just that. Ask Your Neighbor. Do you have a comment? Do you have a problem? Or do you have a question? Then call in and ask your neighbor. 865-457-1380 or toll free at 877-711-4005. And for those of you that might be listening or watching on the internet, you can email from our website, WYSHradio.com. Just click on the Contact Us button and email your questions. Now sit back and listen as listeners throughout East Tennessee and the entire world answer your questions on Ask Your Neighbor on BBB TV 12 and AM 1380 WYSH.
You guys know how it works. Phone lines are open, available, and ready to go. 865-457-1380, 877-711-4005. What do you think? Anything on your mind this morning? We'd love to hear from you. I'll give you a moment or so to gather your thoughts. 865-457-1380. Here we go. Today, it seems like all businesses are being bought up by huge corporations, even body shops. Here's Barry from H&H Body Shop.
Yeah, there's a conglomerate that has come in and bought 3 of the major shops in the Knoxville area that were all local before. That's okay, but it's not the hometown stuff that folks around here expect and want. So spend your money with the local folks. We try to, and then you'll still get treated like your family, and what happens to you is important to us.
So do business with local hometown folks. No matter if your car needs an oil change or a complete color change. H&H Body Shop, 749 North Main Street in Clinton. Call 865-457-9735. H&H Body Shop, there since 1960 and there when you need them.
H&H has been around 56 years. We're Darla and Barry, and we appreciate you dealing with local hometown people that's been there and going to be there.
Good morning. Welcome to Ask Your Neighbor this morning on a Wednesday.
Yeah, good morning. It is. It ain't freezing. It's nice and warm outside, and I'm enjoying it.
It is nice this morning. It was springtime nice this morning.
I know it. Hey, I can't believe this. Somebody, I don't know if it was the state or the city, they've actually finally done something good for this town.
Okay.
I just noticed it the other day. Down there at the red light there at Y12 for... on the boulevard there.
Weaver Street and Y12.
Yeah. They're actually putting in left turn signals now.
Well, good.
I mean, they've been needing that. Why they didn't do it when they first done that road like it, I have no idea. If you ever drive through there, you look up there, you'll see that they've not got it working yet. But they've got it up there ready to go.
You're talking about right there at Weaver and the Boulevard. Yeah, I drive it I've drove it every day for 36 years.
Well, like I say, they've done got them up there. They just ain't got them bored in yet.
Good.
I tell you one thing, they've got Main Street tore up so bad. Everybody's avoiding it, and they're coming up through there. Yep. And trying to cut left off Weaver to get back to 25.
That's what they're doing.
Sometimes that traffic backs up from the middle of the bridge.
Really? Well, now there's been the traffic backs up to the middle of the bridge. I agree with that 100%. That's good, especially during when people are coming home and going to work. But yeah, usually there's not that much traffic on Weaver turning left or right onto the boulevard. But you're right, since they've rerouted stuff around Market, they're all coming down Weaver and then getting back on the boulevard right there, getting onto the boulevard right there. So
yeah, so next time you're down through there, just look up there and you'll see them. They should be working any day, hopefully.
Good deal. Good deal, Pickle. Thank you, man. I appreciate you. Bye-bye. I'll look forward. Good morning, WYSH. This is Ask Your Neighbor.
Yes, sir. I enjoy both your shows, Trading Time and Crime Time. I love them, every one of them.
Thank you.
But I was wanting to make a comment. I don't know if it affects somebody or not, but Edgemore Cemetery on Edgemore Road, there's a dog up there. I called it bit me, so I had to go get shots and everything for it. But I try to tell the residents there that it's got double wides beside the place there that they need to do something to their dog, if they had rabies shots, and the lady went berserk. But I also told them at the cemetery that be careful because that dog might bite a kid if loved ones are visiting their neighbors or if they're paying respects to their mother or parents or whatever. But be careful at that cemetery there. There's a dog, and the owners live right beside the cemetery, but I try to address them and do everything right, but sometimes you can't.
Did you call animal control?
I called 911, animal control, and never did call me back.
Really? When did you call them? How long?
I called last month. I think it was last Monday.
Okay. So you called on Monday the 10th. Okay.
Yes.
And nobody from Anderson County Animal Control has called you back, and you got bit, right?
Yeah.
So we're not talking about just a nuisance. We're talking about a dog that's hurting people.
Yeah.
Okay.
And the lady didn't have a leash on it, and I was in the cemetery again. I had to report it to the cemetery, and the cemetery told me to call 911, so I did all the steps. And the doctor at the emergency room told me to go ahead and call, try to tell the people about the dog, and I try to do that. And you can't talk to people. Sometimes authorities, I have to come out and talk to them.
What is it? Do you care to give me your telephone number? Because go ahead.
My phone number is 865.
Yeah.
399.
Yeah.
5565.
865-399-5565.
Yeah, that's Dennis Macklin.
All right, Dennis. And you left your name and number for animal control a week and 3 days ago.
Yes.
And you were bit.
Yes.
And they've been so busy with everything else, they can't take care of wild animals out biting people, right? Evidently.
Well, it's not this. The lady, it lives there at the house, but the lady, she doesn't put it on a leash or anything, and she just let it roam through the cemetery. And then if it's roaming through the cemetery and it's going to bite somebody else, then, it's going to cause damage. And then when it does, what'll happen, somebody else get bit, or they might, it might be a kid or something like that. But there's a lot of red flags there, but I try to go through all the laws and do everything right.
Well, no, it sounds like you've done everything you're supposed to. It sounds like that the Anderson County Animal Control is not doing their job. That's what it sounds like to me. If you called me, if you were a client, you called me, and you're a client, you're a taxpayer, and you called me about your account here at the radio station, I didn't call you back for 10 days. I'd expect you to cancel your account. I think if you don't pay your credit card bill for 10 days, they'll charge you extra money and penalize you.
$25.
Yeah, so why can't somebody from Animal Control just push 10 buttons on their cell phone that we pay for them and call you back?
Yeah, but I just wanted to let people know, if you're up there, visiting, or you're going to a funeral, be aware there's a dog up there. It don't look like it'll do anything to you, but it charged me and it didn't bite me really bad, but I'm diabetic, and I had to go to the hospital and take shots in the ER and follow up with the doctors, and now I'm at another doctor's. But if people would just leash their pets or whatever you got to do to them, I love dogs. I'm not against dogs. I love them. I love cats. I love all animals. But if you got a dog at your residence and you're not fully aware of what's going on, and you try to address it and try to let them know, and then you get cussed out, what it's going to be, somebody else is going to get hurt or probably get killed or die or something. But, we got to take precautions everything we do.
I'm with you 100%. Just You know, it's illegal for people to leave their dogs running it loose. It's Tennessee Code 44-8-408, which says prohibits dogs running at large without being leashed. Anderson County also has a leash law. All dogs in Anderson County must be on a leash, behind a fence, or in the dog's owner's property under the supervision of the owner at all times when outside. That's the law. That's you're not complaining. That's the law. I want to know why the Anderson County Animal Control can't call somebody back. It's not that you're saying they didn't show up. They can't even take the time to call you back.
Yeah. I've got a pictures where the residents it runs right beside the Edgemoor Cemetery.
Yeah, I know exactly where you're talking about.
It's a double wide, and I addressed the lady that owns it, and I said, "Do you have papers? I just want to tell you the dog bit me. I just wanted to tell you," and then she went berserk, and I don't get into drama, but it was really bad, and but I tried.
Well, I'll tell you what, if you don't get a call back from Animal Control today, I want you to call me back tomorrow, because I will call the mayor, or because she's over it. I'll find out why they're too busy to do their job.
Okay.
Again, we're not talking about you complaining about a dog roaming around and getting in your garbage. You got bit by a dog.
Yeah.
If there's a reason for them to actually at least call you back, much less take their precious time to go out and look at it, check it out, investigate it. I mean, somebody getting bit. What if you'd have been a 3-year-old toddler with you and they'd have bit it in the face?
I told the lady at the cemetery, she goes, "Well, I can't, I know the dog. I know it's over there, and I know, and I said, well, I wasn't on their property or nothing. They just ran over there and got me. So, I'm always in the middle of stuff, but I try to do right,
That's always the way it is, isn't it? You always get caught in the middle of it.
I always do. I don't care where I'm at. And I can be walking down the street, and I'll be in the middle of something. I don't know where it's at. I'll get in something, and I'll be like, well, let's try to talk about it or do something. But I just try to tell the lady, hey, if your dog has got his shots, okay. The doctor just wanted me to tell you about it, because I've got to take those shots, and I've got one more to take. But if it's a kid or taller, like you said, and I flagged the cemetery and put a thing on Facebook, be careful if you're going up there. But they should respond. Somebody should respond to me, because a kid gets hurt up there. It's not my fault.
If a kid gets bit and you've already reported it to the county and you've told them, then the county is liable for a lawsuit.
Yeah, that's right.
So your number is 865-399-5565. I'm saying that so that the folks that have called Animal Control and called the mayor and told them you're talking about it here, so they can write it down and call you. I wish they'd call you now, but 865-399-5565. 5565, and you've called and reported this dog to Animal Control, bit you in the cemetery. You called them 10 days ago.
Yeah, I called them. I went to the cemetery, and I told the lady at the cemetery. The lady at the cemetery told me to call 911, so I was outside. I called 911.
All right.
And they said, well, do you know where the dog's at? And I said, well, I don't know, but I think it's at this mobile home. And they said, do you know the people's name? I said, no. They said, we'll get Animal Control to call you. And I called a number, Animal Control never did call me back, or whoever that number they gave me.
Mm-hmm.
And but I went back in and went right back in, and I told the lady I did call 911. I did all that.
Dennis, if you don't get a call,
I went back up there to take a picture of the home, and the dog was out there, and I said, hey, ma'am, I just wanted to let you know your dog had his vaccinations and everything. And the lady said, it's in there on the table or someplace. And I was like, well, ma'am, I just want to let you know the dog bit me. And I had to go to the ER, and I told her everything, and she just went berserk. She didn't want to hear about it. She was cussing and going on, and I was just trying to be nice and just let her know,
Well, hey, if they're not going to do their job, maybe we defund them and let Oak Ridge pick it up and do it. I don't know. But 865-399-5565. If you don't get a call today, call me back. If they don't,
Yes, sir.
if you don't get a call today, call me back, and I'll call them live on the radio. We'll find out why they won't call citizens back that pay with our taxes their salary. That pisses me off.
I'm sorry.
Oh, no. I'm just saying a phone call. I'm not, I understand that they're backlogged. I understand they're busy. I understand they're shorthanded. I understand all the excuses they keep making. I understand them. But a telephone call, that's pretty simple, 10 days, I'd say that's a little pushing it. A dog that's biting people, that's the only reason we have animal control. So if they can't at least meet that minimum requirement, let's fire them and get somebody that will.
Well, I know if my dog's dead, passed on, but if my dog has bit somebody, I've been held responsible. But
well, sure.
But it's just one of those things. But if you try to address a person about what's going on and they take offensive to it, I would, I don't know.
Well, no, you can't. You can't make that owner comply to the law. You personally can't, but that's why you have police and animal control. That's what they're supposed to do. A dog bites you, you're not supposed to go fight the owner of the dog. That's not your job. That's their job.
That's against the law.
Exactly. So that's why we have them. And again, I understand their backlog, but a return telephone call and you've talked to the police and the police have notified them and you've notified them, that's crazy.
Yeah.
That's unacceptable. And if you don't get a call back, I'll make sure I'll make sure that somebody knows about it.
Okay. Well, I just wanted somebody to be aware of it, because if you go up there, everybody does it during the holidays, go see their parents or whatever.
Sure.
Kids or whatever, whoever's up there. And then if you got a dog that's going to bite you, then, you got to be aware of what's going on.
Well, it really bothers me that that government is so arrogant that they feel like they don't have to call back. Again, a callback. I'm not saying they didn't show up in time. I'm not saying they haven't went out and collected the dog. I'm talking about a simple callback to dial the phone back. I know they got the message because you talked to Sheriff's Department, 911. Unless 911 isn't delivering the message, which I know they did. But we'll see who passes the buck. Want to bet they say they didn't get your phone call? Well, they've got it now. 865-399-5565. Bit by a dog. Called animal control. Out at the cemetery. And if that's not a reason to call animal control, there isn't one. You let me know this afternoon, this evening, if you don't get a call back.
All right.
All right, Dennis. I appreciate you calling. I'm sorry you got bit. When do you go in for your last round of tetanus shots?
I go next week, and I'm a primary care physician right now. I got an appointment at 11 o'clock.
All right. So, good luck, buddy.
But they used to call me Buckethead there a long time ago.
Buckethead on trading time, absolutely.
That's right.
That's it.
Time. That man used to be there. He used to, Buckethead.
Buckethead. That was Eddie Lamar. That was the legend, Eddie Lamar.
That's it.
That's it.
Y'all have a blessed one, and God bless you.
Thank you, Dennis. Have a fantastic day, sir.
Yes, you too, sir.
Bye-bye.
Bye.
865-457-1380, 877-711-4005. That's just unacceptable, guys. You got to call people back. I understand that, if a dog's running around a neighborhood or something and somebody's just reporting it, you might, drag your feet a little bit. But a dog that's biting people in a cemetery where people go to visit their loved ones, there's going to be people, there's going to be traffic. People go and a dog that is literally bordering the property that bites people. What better reason would you call animal control? What more need would there be to have animal control than that? Me personally, I'd have walked to the car and got a gun and shot it. That's what I'd have done. I don't know. Maybe I'd have gotten in trouble, but then I'd have said, well, animal control won't call me back. What would you like me to do? Get bit again? Want me to bring my kids out here and let them get bit? So I would hope that, and I've heard, I wouldn't be so aggravated if I hadn't heard this over. This is probably the 150th time I've heard it. I've really erred on the side of caution when people criticize our animal control, because I know what a job it is. But calling people back, come on, guys. If you can't do it, go get a job somewhere else. If you can't call people back, just go do something that you're cut out to do, that you can do, instead of taking money to serve the public that you're not doing. So I hope he gets called back. I'm going to take a break here, get a sip of coffee, gather my thoughts so I don't say anything out loud that I'm thinking in my head that I ought not say on the radio. But that's stuff like that aggravates me. We pay the highest county taxes in the state of Tennessee. One of the highest, at least. The most expensive place to live in Tennessee is right here in this county. And you can't get somebody to call you back when a dog bites you? If you guys think that's okay, you just go ahead and do it. But I'm telling you right now, if your dog bites me, I'm going to shoot it.
Every home tells a story of family, faith, and the memories that make us. At David's Abbey Carpet and Floors, we believe a beautiful home starts from the ground up, built on love, care, and a firm foundation. For more than 50 years, we've had the privilege of helping families in East Tennessee make their homes warm and welcoming. From soft carpet to durable hardwood, luxury vinyl to tile built to last, we've walked beside generations, sharing in the joy of homes where blessings abound. At David's Abbey Carpet and Floors, we're more than a flooring store. We're neighbors helping neighbors with integrity, craftsmanship, and trust in every step. Come see us at one of our 3 showrooms in Knoxville on Kingston Pike, Maryville off Foothills Mall Drive, and Pigeon Forge near the Old Mill. Or visit davidsabbeycarpet.com to start your next project today and to see how David's makes the difference.
865-457-1380 or 877-711-4005. Guys, I'll give you 60 seconds. I think that's fair. I'll give you another 60 seconds here this morning. I don't want to rush anybody. I know you've heard me say this before. People lag behind listening online on the stream. Give you a moment or so to jump in if you'd like to. 865-457-1380. I want to give this gentleman's number one more time for our county commissioners that are listening, and or maybe the county mayor, but certainly for animal control. You guys got your pencils? 865-399-5565. All right. And like I said, I'm sitting here with the law in front of me, both the state and county ordinance and laws. And I know the city has them. That's not in the city, though. All right. 60 seconds from now, I'm going to the house. Well, into the program. I'll be here working, but wrap this up if I don't have any phone calls. Call me quick. Hurry now. Go.
May be the perfect time for you to rethink how you pay for health care. And here's why. This time of year is decision time for a lot of people, but it's also when you can join MediShare and save even more than usual. For many families, joining MediShare means saving about $500 a month, which is a game changer for a lot of people. But what's more, MediShare members like it. We know this from member surveys. They like it a lot. It's a proven thing now. MediShare has been around for over 30 years. It's a Christian community of hundreds of thousands of people now. And here's the thing, too. If you join before November 30th and you mention the promo code SHARE, they will waive your application fee. So you save $100 right off the bat. I'll give you the number here in a second, but just call and you'll get a price within 2 minutes. Again, the deadline is November 30th, so call now. You'll save even more. Here's the number. Call 888-SHARE-19. That's 888-SHARE-19. 888-SHARE-19.
WYSH, good morning. Welcome to Ask Your Neighbor.
Hey, Ron.
Hey.
I've got, I guess, kind of an issue.
Okay.
Dealing with Anderson County High School.
Okay. AC, okay.
We are a county school.
Yes.
In the city limits. On a state highway.
Okay.
And none of the law enforcement that would be responsible are enforcing the school zone limit.
Okay.
There are several cars of a morning that I guess they believe those flashing lights ain't for them. They're driving just like normal.
Is there not a sheriff deputy out there? Usually in the afternoon, there's a sheriff deputy out there.
That's to let the high school students out.
Yes.
Not to enforce what you'd say speed limits.
Okay.
There is a state trooper that sits there occasionally.
Yeah, I've seen.
He sits way back in Hammer's parking lot.
I've seen that.
Usually back there behind where they park their big truck. And I guess that's just to be seen, not to enforce.
I find it difficult to understand why a sheriff's deputy would be there directing traffic and see somebody driving 45 miles an hour in a 15 and not at least push the button on his shoulder and radio it in.
Well, the deputies that's there of the evening is for traffic control to let the students out.
I understand that, but if I go through there at 60 miles an hour, all he's got to do is push the button on his walkie-talkie and call it in and have another officer come and arrest me.
Well, and I agree with that.
Yeah. That's what I'm saying.
Doing speed control, but they're just there to stop Charles Severs Boulevard or Charles Severs Raceway, whatever you want to call it.
That's not accurate. A sheriff's deputy is not limited to one thing they can do. If he's standing there and somebody shoots somebody at the bank across the street, you think he's going to say, it's not my job, I'm here directing traffic. No, he can.
I do understand that part.
You're just saying they don't. I get it.
I'm saying they don't, and
okay.
Especially of a morning.
Well, I don't blame you. You're not the first person that has fussed about people driving over the speed limit through there. But, I mean, again, I drive through my boys go to Clinton High School, so I go there, and they have an officer. There's an officer that kind of drifts around there, and he's either sitting across the street, sometimes up on the road, sometimes he's actually in the parking lot, sometimes he's over by the apartments, but he always stops and lets the buses out, so there's always a police presence, and it's a more narrow road, so maybe that's why people don't drive that fast. I will tell you this. One of the first times that I took my son Trey to high school, I had just dropped my twins off at the elementary school because it starts earlier, and then I was driving around to get Trey to the high school, and I was flying, and he wheeled in right behind me. I dropped Trey off, embarrassed Trey to death. I dropped him off at the front door with a police officer behind me with the lights on. He was like, "Pal, you were doing almost 40 miles an hour." And I said, I wasn't noticing. I wasn't paying attention. That's the truth. I told him the truth. He didn't give me a ticket, but he gave me a warning. But he did pull me over there in front of Clinton. So I know that they do that, even though they're sitting there doing traffic control for the buses, because they did it to me at Clinton. So maybe maybe
of a morning, there is no law enforcement in Anderson County High School's school zone to enforce traffic.
Well, maybe Sheriff Barker will be here.
And I'm up there every morning.
Sheriff Barker will be, if it doesn't get fixed before, Sheriff Barker will be here Monday the 24th. And I'll try to remember to ask him. And if I don't, will you just call me back and remind me? I'll ask him why they get traffic to let the kids out, but they don't provide safety to when the kids are going in. See if he can maybe he can spare somebody in the morning to help with that, or just let them set up there. Something. Turn the lights, set in the medium, turn the lights on, slow people down.
Exactly. And it's nothing against the student drivers.
No.
And they're aged, and they haven't learned all the traffic do's and don'ts.
I get you.
That comes with experience, not with learning, like from driver's education.
I understand completely. Well, we'll, like I said, that we have had a plethora of issues in that area, in the heightened traffic, and just right across from where you're talking about, they're building 270 some new homes. That's going to be, you talk about adding to the dilemma. So I know that people have this on their radar. I know that the city manager of Clinton was working with the state some years ago. They were trying to address traffic flow through there because, sometimes it backs up to the interstate in the evenings. I've seen it, and in the mornings too. But so we've got issues up there that have to be addressed, and it seems to me only a couple ways to address them, in so much as the traffic congestion. They have to widen the lanes. Well, if you can't do that, the only other way to take care of congestion is slow people down. The way you slow people down is with a police presence. So maybe the sheriff's department or the city, somebody could spare somebody in the morning to go up there and slow people down a little bit. Somebody will get hurt sooner or later, and then people will fuss about it. But hopefully we don't have to come to that. There's wrecks almost daily. I hear them. On Charles Severs Boulevard. Yeah. I understand. I do. And I tell you this, I don't know if it's any comfort or not, but I know that our law enforcement, and I know that our city officials and county officials are aware of the congestion problems and the traffic problems that go on up there. Not necessarily speeding, but I think it all kind of goes together. I think when somebody is trying to get down to Clinton coming from, say, Norris, and they've set through the red light twice, and then they've set for 20 minutes in that line. Once they get loose, they probably are a little impatient and drive faster than they should in the remaining part of the school zone. Frustration or what have you, but there's a bunch of issues they're going to have to deal with up there as we continue to grow as a city, and one of them will be congestion and speeding within that congestion, especially in the school zone. So you've made I don't mean to throw law enforcement under the bus. You're not. I do not. You're not at all. Because I am friends with a lot of them. Yeah. No. I've worked with a lot of them. They're great people. Oh, yeah. I don't think we're throwing anything off on them. They just need a presence, or make their presence even more known. Like I said, turn your lights on. They'll slow down. Yeah. No, if you've listened to me for any length of time, you know that I err on the side of law enforcement almost 100% of the time. I think they do their job. Since I was a kid. Well, thank you. Make me feel old now. That's all right. I am old. That said, I know Sheriff Barker, and I know that when he hears a problem like this, he'll address it. And if that be their responsibility there, then I know they'll take care of it. And if not, Sheriff or Chief Campbell, if it's the city's responsibility, I know they don't want people getting hurt speeding through there. It's just they can afford to put the men out there, they will. I hope. Right. And I'll talk to Russell about it when he's here Monday. I'm making myself a note right now, a sticky note to put up here so I don't forget it. So I'll ask him and see what his answer to it is. Thank you, sir. Buddy, thank you. And I appreciate you listening. I hope your kids do too. They do. Thank you. Have a great day, sir. Bye-bye. I'm gonna guess that might have been like 3 generations. His dad, him, now his kids. Maybe his papa. A lot of people have grown up listening to this little radio station. Good morning. Welcome to Ask Your Neighbor. Hi.
Good morning to you, Ron.
What's going on, my friend?
Oh, I've been listening to you guys there, and I'm not disputing what that gentleman was talking about just now. But if he thinks for 1 minute that there's not a ton of traffic violations and people getting pulled over up that way, I'm going to suggest to him to get him a police scanner.
I think are you talking about in the mornings?
I'm talking about all day long, just about.
Yeah, I understand.
I mean, and if you don't believe that, he could even call and talk to Chief Campbell down there and ask him how many tickets they write in the course of a day. Of course, you got to take into consideration the amount of volume of traffic.
Oh, yeah.
And you couldn't even get to some people if they were speeding.
Buddy, you're right. You're exactly right because of the congestion.
All the congestion, and there, and I'll tell you something else too. Up in that area, up on North Charles Severs, there is at least 1 or 2 wrecks
Mm-hmm.
Every evening up there.
Yeah, I remember. I know. I've heard them. We've talked about it. I've heard numerous people try to address it, what to do, but it's just traffic volume is what it's coming to.
And a lot of times what will happen, and I've seen it happen, is, of course, you got your places that are in between the two lanes there where you can cross over to get, but the person on the inside will motion for that car to come through, but the one on the outside don't always stop.
Exactly, when the two lanes of traffic are going. Yep, I've seen that because I bank up there. I bank right across the street. And I've been up there either picking up the boys or going to the bank or whatever when school lets out. And if you're sitting at the bank and you want to turn left to come back up to Clinton, and it's that time of day, it's just over with. Usually what I'll do is I'll go out of the bank, go the back road, go left down to the convenience store down there, whatever it's called. It's not Pilot, but whatever that store, Racetrack or whatever. Turn left there, go to the red light, then turn left, come back up to Clinton.
There you go. Yeah, that's the smartest thing to do.
I've just got to where I do that almost anyway because, a lot of times you're right, people will stop and let you out because they're just creeping along right there anyway. But the guy right here on the right will stop, and you'll pull out. And if the guy next to him that's in the left lane don't stop, now you're sitting in the middle of the road waiting for somebody to stop.
Oh, yeah, it's and I don't know, as you well know, and I've been guilty of it, and everybody is. It seems like for whatever reason, you get a little frustrated when you're in that volume of traffic. That seems like everybody's kind of in a hurry. They got stuff to do.
I try my best, and I failed miserably going to the beach the other day. But I really do try my best when I get in a hurry to realize, even if I'm driving 100 miles an hour versus 75, I'm not going to make up that much time. I try to realize that, but like I said, I was speeding on the way to the beach, and Tracy, and we took the Corvette to the beach. So,
oh, okay. Well,
she was like, "Please slow down." But so I understand it. I'm human too. I get frustrated. I get impatient, and I have done it myself. I'm not being critical of people. We're just human beings. But I promise, just the presence usually will curb the great majority of intentional speeding. You will slow down whether you want to or not when there's a police officer sitting there with his lights on in the car, just waiting for you.
Right. Well, they're up there at, oh God, what is that? The industrial park across from the
I-75,
JDR now.
Okay.
And with the industry and stuff out there, they pull people over every morning, every evening there too.
Well, I'll tell you this. I told you I come out there on the road behind Hammers, and then turn left on. I can't even remember what that road's called.
Second Springs.
Okay. Well, when the plant traffic is coming out, when the industrial traffic, you can't hardly turn left off that road right out of that little convenience store. There's so much traffic. It's busy. That's a busy part of town. Not just the school, but you've got the industrial park right there. Then you've got the interstate. People coming in and out off the interstate.
Well, you have that industrial park, and then, like I say, you've got the other one on the other end of town, JDR.
Yep, coming down through there as well. So, it's a congested area. Like I said, it's whether it is of any consolation or not. I know that county and city and the state are all aware of it. I don't know what they can do for it, but I know they're aware of it, and they're trying to find a solution.
Well, I told you the other day that on Veterans Day, when I went down to Food City to get me a free meal, I told my son, I said, "My gosh, look at the traffic." He said, "It's like that
every day."
They were coming out of Oak Ridge into Clinton, and they were backed up as far as I could see.
I've seen them backed up. I've seen them backed up past Holly Gamble before. I have.
Oh, wow. Well,
and God forbid somebody have a tire blowout or there be a fender bender. because if somebody pulls out of the get and go and there's a fender bender right there, even if it doesn't intrude on traffic, people want to slow down, so you can add about another 5 minutes of sitting right there if somebody has a fender bender.
Oh yeah,
gawking.
Well, I wonder, and I don't know how the timer will be set on it, but once you do get your red light put up there at Mariner Point, I don't know if it'll give the traffic headed into Clinton, if they'll stop the ones coming out of Oak Ridge long enough for.
Oh yeah, it'll create a buffer right there. If you're sitting at that red light for, let's say, 2 minutes, when you get down to Food City, you're going to still have that 2 minutes before that rush of traffic gets there. So it'll create spaces. It'll definitely create spaces where the traffic is. The traffic flow is less. Definitely. It'll control the traffic flow. It'll help. It'll definitely help going down through there.
That'll be a good thing. I know that where I live out here, of course, I live on Mountain View, which runs off of Brushy Valley.
Yeah.
That I was talking to the sheriff's chief deputy. He stops in and sees me every once in a while. But anyway, I asked him, I said, gosh, why is this traffic so bad out here in the evenings on Brushy Valley? Now he goes, they're trying to avoid having to drive up to the interstate, so they're cutting across a back road.
Yeah, there's a bunch of people doing that right now, too. I noticed the other day, I was pulling out of Spring Street onto Main, and I was like, where is all this traffic coming from? And it's what it was, people that were coming up probably from the Campbell County exit or the Rocky Top exit, coming up the back road that way, just, I guess, to avoid, maybe there was a wreck on the interstate or something at the time. If there ever is a wreck on the interstate, you know it right there on 25W, because they're back to back and bumper to bumper.
Oh yeah, it's things have changed in the last 5-10 years around here with the amount of traffic that we have. In Clinton.
You're getting ready to see, mark my words, write this down, mark the date, whatever you want to do. You're getting ready to see it increase, I think, pretty substantially, because with all the people that are going to be fleeing up north, whether it be New York or wherever, all these new taxes, watch and see if Tennessee doesn't become a very appealing place for people to move to that are going to flee from up there from the high taxes. And they say that not in the state of Tennessee, that Knoxville is probably going to be the most sought after area. So East Tennessee is going to see a growth spurt, a continued growth spurt. I mean, we've got housing problems now, but watch and see, it's going to continue to get worse, and traffic's going to continue to get worse. They're going to have to either build more roads or widen the ones we got, or hire a bunch more policemen to stand out there and slow everybody down while we're all in a herd right there.
Oh yes, but the time that what is J.D. Horton, the one that bought part of those new houses, and Joe gets his houses built.
Yep.
I mean, what is it, 270 something?
Altogether, I thought it's 276.
Okay, and then you figure at least 1 or 2 cars to every household.
Yeah, going in and out every morning and evening.
Yeah, it's going to get interesting for sure.
That's back. This has been 2, 3, probably maybe even longer than that. 4 years ago, maybe. I went down and talked to Roger. I was talking to him about a different thing, and he had a map up, and I said something about the map, and that's what they were doing. He had been talking to the state about the traffic up there, the traffic lights, and what they could do already. And that was just when the planning stages. They'd probably just started planning, going through planning and zoning for that subdivision. They were already looking at what they could do. So I that's why I say, at least I know that they're aware of it. I don't know what they can do. It's going to take smarter people than me to figure out what to do to fix it. But I know they're aware of it, and they know there's a problem. And if they haven't figured out an answer, they're looking for one.
And I can tell you another thing, too. This is about any time of day. When Chief Scarborough was in office down there at Clinton, when he was the chief, he had the speed limit reduced down from 45 to 35, and I think that starts around J.D. Yarnell Industrial, going into it.
Coming up there by the Taco Bell, around through there. Is that what you're talking about? Yeah.
I can tell you, nobody drives 35 down there.
You're right. You're right. I don't know if you remember, but my buddy R.C. Burton, he used to call in and fuss. He was like, why they make us drive 35? I can't drive 35 through there. Nobody does.
It's hard to. It really is.
I try. I promise you I try to. My wife's listening right now. She's saying he's lying. Because, well, when I drive to the beach, especially when I'm driving to the beach at 12 o'clock at night and there's not another soul on the road and I'm in a Corvette, I'm driving fast sometimes. So I understand getting in a hurry.
Well, you take a Corvette and a lot of these new cars right now, you could be going 80 miles an hour and you don't even realize.
I want one of them that'll drive itself. That's what I want. I want to just push a button and wake up. I'm at the parking lot at the beach.
Well, I don't know that I'd ever want to try that.
I don't think I'd try it either. But
I want to have a little bit of control.
Well, they say you're supposed to keep your hand on the steering wheel anyway. I don't know. I've never driven one that drives itself, so I don't know. My truck's a 1999. My Corvette's 20 years old. It's a 2005. My Mercedes is a 2000. So, yeah, none of my cars have any kind of cool, fancy whistles. Tracy's car does. Now, Tracy's car, she's got a Lincoln Navigator, and it's got everything on it. It's got whatever you can get on it. It don't drive itself, but it'll pull you back in the lane if you start to drift.
So I bet she's got the heated seat, all that stuff.
Heated steering wheel.
Heated steering.
Yeah, it's a Black Label Navigator. It's loaded to the brim. Mama's spoiled, and that's okay.
Now, does those things, I believe, with your teeth out there, you can actually open up the hatch with it. You can. Like push a button and raise it up on the old one.
Oh, let me tell you, brother, you don't even have to do that. You just walk up to it, and it'll open. If you've got the key in your pocket, you can walk up and put your foot under the bumper, and it'll open the hatch.
Oh, okay. Then.
Oh, it's fancy. I'm telling you. Mama's car is fancy. I'm driving a 1998 Ford F-150, and Mama's driving a new Lincoln Navigator. That tells you who wears the pants in the family.
No, that's darn. I bet that whoever sold her that Navigator, she probably had to get tutored on just all the bells and whistles.
We still don't know how to use it. we find stuff out. The last time we drove it anywhere, I can't remember what it was, but it was the oil change, the life of the oil change. I went and had oil changed in it, and the boy down at the oil change place, he was like, "Hey, Ron, you want me to reset your oil life?" And I was like, "No, I can do that. Don't worry about it." So we was going to the beach whenever it was, and I realized I hadn't done it, and we stopped at a rest stop, and I was like, "Oh, I need to reset this oil." And I bet I toiled with it for 15 minutes. It took me forever. I finally ended up asking my phone how to do it, and it told me how to do it. So there's still stuff about it we don't know how to do or work.
Well, I know they'll even, like if you got a tire that maybe it's a pound or two low on air, you'll get a light to pop up and say you got a low tire.
Oh yeah, you can. In fact, I can push a button. It's got an app where I could load the app on my phone and push a button and tell you what the tire pressures were on my Lincoln right now if I had it on my phone.
Oh, okay.
It's crazy.
I know that my cousin Cindy, she bought a new Acura.
Yeah.
And she was trying to show me it's an SUV, all the bells and whistles. And I said, I don't know that I could drive something. I'd have to go to school to learn how to drive it.
I could drive it. I couldn't use all the stuff that's on it, most likely, but I'm sure I could get from point A to point B somehow. I don't know. Some of them, you can remote start them. You can do all kinds of stuff with them now.
Oh, yeah. She and evidently it has a switch in it because she didn't like the fact that every time she came to a red light or something and stopped, that the motor would shut off. And then when you hit the gas, it starts back up, and she goes, that's got to be hard on the starter.
Mine does that. Mine turns off. Now you can fix it where it don't. And
right, that's what she done.
Yep.
Got to have a switch to where you can turn that off.
Yep. Tracy's the Navigator does that. I don't know if we've turned it off or not, but it does that.
I mean, I don't know what the theory is behind that. If it's supposed to save gas or
emissions.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, but you're right. The starter, you think about it. The starter probably will wear out quicker.
Oh, all right then. But another thing I was gonna bring up there. Oh gosh, my mind's went blank. Okay, now it's come to me.
There you go.
When you and Queener, when he was talking about all the stuff that Clinton had to offer and stuff, and that park in South Clinton, that's what they call an all-inclusive park. That was the word y'all were hunting for. I can't remember because handicapped kids, it's set up for them to be able to go over there and do all the stuff that the other kids that don't have any problems. So it's an all-inclusive park.
Perfect. That's exactly what it was. And Christina McNally and Stephen, they really worked hard to get that South Clinton Park that up and going.
There was one of our commissioners that worked on it pretty hard too. I can't remember which one it was. But anyway.
I think all of them had a hand. I remember that the gentleman with the insurance companies. Oh my goodness, Mr. Herb. He and his wife Natalie and him. I know that they were real big contributors and worked on it real.
I think the one, Ron, you might be able to remember her name, but she was the one there during the pandemic. She was actually going up there and helping her buddy Tim Isabel.
Oh yeah, who was?
I can't remember. It was the woman commissioner. She was probably from Oak Ridge.
Are you talking?
That's the one I'm talking about. I can't remember her name. But she was actually going up and helping Tim.
Okay.
When he was making stuff for the sheriff's department and some of the other places around.
Okay.
She was going up and helping him. But
anyway, it was out of Oak Ridge. Yeah, hang on, Catherine. Oh my Lord, what's Catherine's last name? Help me. Yeah, I know who you're talking about. Okay, man, time flies, doesn't it?
It does. It sure does. Sure enough, there. But anyway, is David going to be back in tomorrow, as far as you know?
As far as I know, he's here tomorrow, and then, of course, we'll be off for Thanksgiving, so we'll have him tomorrow, and then we'll be off following Thursday, and then we'll be back on schedule.
Oh, well, good then. Well, we still don't have any 1081 or 1083, which is ACTV. I don't know if that's – I'm guessing that's a Comcast problem?
Well, according to Brad and Chandler, it's not on their end or our end. We're delivering the signal. It's going out. So we're providing what we do to them. So it has to be something on their end. Catherine Denenberg, thank you.
Did Tim send you something?
No, well, yes, he did. Yeah, Tim sent it to me, and so did Shannon. Thank you, Shannon. Thank you all. Thank goodness people out there take care of me.
Hey, well, you got a lot on your plate, but it's hard to remember everything.
I don't remember much of anything anymore. I write it down. I got a sticky note right here. I'll forget to talk about speeding in the school zones.
Oh, okay then. Hey, I was mistaken on Tennessee basketball guys. They don't play tonight. They play Thursday night. And I told you Wednesday.
You did.
But it's a Thursday night game.
All right. Very good.
So you guys will be able.
We will be able to watch it.
You'll be able to watch the CMAs tonight, too.
That's on. You know what? I thought about that. I'm gonna try and watch it. I hadn't watched it in a while. The CMAs and ACMs have kind of changed a little bit. got a little more political, and I don't know. I've just not been as involved as I had in years past. I haven't even entered. You know, we were nominated as the radio station of the year twice, or Merle was. Jack's been nominated and actually won personality of the year. You know, we were in it to win it for a while. So we just haven't done it. You know what I mean? We just have not been as involved in it as we normally have. But it's going to be fun to see. I think Laney's isn't she the one that's hosting it?
Yeah.
I thought so.
Oh, Miss Big Old Bottom, Laney Wilson.
There you go.
Alabama. I love to hear her talk.
Yes, she is country's dirt.
Wang.
Right, I just got a message from Russell. Says we had switched him. He asked me Monday if we could do the 24th. Now he says he's not going to be able to come on the 24th. He might end up having to skip November in general because they're covered up busy. So.
Well, I wonder if they've got him out on traffic patrol.
He'd do it. He'd do it if he needed to.
Absolutely would. Sure enough, there. Well, all right, Ron. It was you could have probably when you left. I don't know what time you left to go in this morning.
Yeah, it was. I don't know. It was probably 6:30, maybe a little earlier, give or take.
You probably could have worn a T-shirt.
I walked outside and it was amazing. It was. I thought this is like coming out in the middle of June. It was probably 60 degrees or 62, 63 degrees. I don't know what it was, but it was nice.
It was in the 60s.
It was nice. And that's all right by me. I know there's some people, they like the cold weather and they want to have a white Christmas and all that. Not me. I don't mind. It could be 70, sunny and 75, 365 days a year, and Ron wouldn't get tired of it.
Be totally happy.
I'd be happy as a pig in poop.
Good deal.
I would. I'm telling you.
Oh, good. Well, all right then, buddy. You enjoy the rest of your day. I thought I'd call and chime in a little bit too, because even though, like I said, that gentleman there, if you don't think that they're out pulling people over, get you a couple of scanners.
Well, I've had numerous people,
and they've got the analog both, because the city is still on analog.
Yeah, I've had numerous people that have texted me very, very similar to what you're saying. One gentleman said, "Hey, Ron, I see them parked over at Hammers almost daily. Not every day, but almost every day. I also see them in the bank parking lot and set off the main road." I know, and again, I'm not, just like the gentleman, I'm not throwing off on police at all, because I promise you, there's going to be people speed there every single day, because they're frustrated. They've been working all day and they're tired. They're trying to get home, and you know what I mean. They're dealing with sitting in traffic, and then once they get cut loose, they seem to take off. And so I've seen it firsthand. I've probably been guilty of it, but
trying to get home. I've got a kid to take the ball practice or somewhere.
Oh yeah,
it's something all the time there. But anyway, we'll get all these problems worked out eventually.
Well, you know what? Between me and you, and I don't know, maybe a few other smart people, we can just handle it.
There you go, buddy.
Thanks, Mike.
All right, you enjoy the rest of your day, buddy.
I appreciate you, buddy. Have a good day.
All righty, bye now.
Bye-bye. Russell's going to let me know if he's got a day he can reschedule, or if we move into December, that'll be all right. But, hey, here's the good news. He's listening, so I don't even need to ask him about the school zone speeding. And, again, that might be, I see the county out there, but the reality of it is the first parcel on each side of that road is in the city. So I'm sure the city deals with that too. But, yeah, we've had people – it's really cool. I was talking to an officer. I think it was Officer Gann, young man here. I don't know. It's been months ago. And he said to me, Ron, he said, I listen to you all the time. And he said, I tell other officers, listen to Ask Your Neighbor. You can hear what's going on. He said, the other day I was out, I heard a gentleman that was on Highway Drive talking about somebody flying up and down through here. He said, I just happened to be right there. And he said, I just pulled right into that church there, almost right across from the gentleman's house, and sat. And so he'd know that we were listening, know that we were there. He said, just watching for people, and said, that guy got satisfaction of knowing that the city of Clinton was out taking care of the problem, and they were, and they do. I appreciate those of you that listen and those of you that call, not just to complain. I think it helps sometimes when officers can hear what, the aggravations or whatever of the general public, because they want to fix them. That's why they went into the business in the first place. They have a heart for service. So, on that day when Officer Gann went over there and parked, slowed people down on Highway Drive, I'm sure just the same, they'll figure out what they need to do to slow people down in the school zones. Like I said, I'm living proof that they do it because they pulled me over at Clinton High School. I don't remember the officer's name. He was very courteous and very kind. Like I said, he cut me some slack. I think it was Trey's freshman year in high school. It was Trey's freshman year. So, anyway, there you are, and here we go. 865-457-1380, 877-711-4005. In 60 seconds, I'll come back. You and I will talk, or we'll wrap things up. If you've got anything you'd like to contribute, anything you'd like to add, anything you would like to sound off about or comment on or answer, we'd appreciate it. And I just got word, too, that I think somebody from the county's called Dennis with regard to him getting bit by the dog, animal control not responding to him. So that's good. So maybe we can get that fixed. Again, I've got a dog, and she barks. She's never bit anybody, but she scares people when she barks at them, so I know what that's like. Nobody wants to hurt anybody's dog or take their dog away or shoot it, but it also don't need to be out biting people, right? So animal control can get that under control. Get that lady to take care of her puppy. Put it on a rope or put up some chicken wire. We put up chicken wire in my backyard. I'm not kidding. Around the pool. We got a new puppy here recently named Peanut. Oh, Peanut is the sweetest dog in the whole world. Now, Tracy told me she always wanted a farm, and we've kind of got one now. It's just that the animals are dogs and cats. Because when Emma's with me, we've got 3 dogs and a cat. We've got Emma, and we got Zoe the Schnauzer. Emma's a mutt, maybe a Catahoula. If you want to look up what Catahoula is, that's what Emma looks like. And then we've got Zoe the Schnauzer. And then Peanut is a mixture of Shih Tzu and a poodle. A poodle, a shoodle. I don't know what they call him, but he's the cutest dog in the world and got just the sweetest little dog. And then there's Gertrude the cat. Y'all remember Gertrude the cat that they said I was trying to kill and all that. You know the story of Gertrude the cat, right? Anyway, Gertrude the cat. She had kittens. We had 3 kittens. Oh, I'm not joking. And one was born dead, so we had 2, and those 2 died because she was way too young to be pregnant. She was just a number of months old, and they worried that it was going to hurt her. So we took and had had a C-section done because she was too little to deliver the kittens. That was a big problem, so I had to get that done. So I'm not going to say I'm lucky that the kittens died. I shouldn't say that. But if they hadn't have passed, if the kittens hadn't died, I'd have 3 cats right now, most likely. But I've got a cat and 3 dogs. So I understand the love of animals, and I'm not, I don't want anybody to lose their animal, but I do. If my dog bites somebody, I'm going to take care of it, and that person needs to as well. And like I said, there are laws that enforce that. But if nobody goes to make sure those laws are being met, why would anybody bother to keep them if you don't have to? Good morning. This is Ask Your Neighbor on WYSH.
Good morning, Mr. Ron.
Hello, ma'am.
Saturday, I was in Clinton, in town right there. Coming from the boulevard, I turned right to go down by the bank. Well, after that, I was making a left-hand turn onto Main Street right in front of where Regents Bank is. There was a man sitting there in a wheelchair with sunglasses on. Well, I was going to turn left. Well, somebody in back of me was so impatient that I didn't hurry up and turn left, there was a car coming from Market Street, and it was turning left onto, like you're going to the bank right there. So I had to stop, and I couldn't go in front of him. Mm-hmm. But the person in back of me was so impatient. So after I turned left, this idiot, and I say idiot, he passed me right in front of where this man was in the wheelchair.
Oh, Lord.
He passed me. And I looked at that pitiful man, and I shook my hands up, like that. What's going on? And he shook his head like, oh, my God, So whoever it was, I wanted to just announce that. I'm a senior citizen person. Well, which I will admit, okay. But still, there is people so impatient, they'll blow the damn horn on you.
I know it.
And then they're flip you a bird.
Yeah. Yep.
But I think it's very funny because I laugh at the SOBs because they've got problems.
Well, everybody's brave when they're behind their keyboard or in their car. They seem to, they'll beep their horn and flip you off, but they won't get out and talk to you.
But what if this person would have accidentally, in passing me right in front of
hit that man, yeah.
What if, and the man that was talking about the dog that bit him?
Yes, ma'am.
I hope he is okay because getting bit by anybody, okay, I have not nipped the bottle, okay? So don't accuse me.
Okie dokie.
Don't. But anyways, it's just, you have to ignore people like that because they want you to fight back with them because they get the enjoyment of their angry taking it out on a innocent bystander.
Yeah. Again, if Tracy's listening, she might disagree with me in some instances, but I do try to catch myself and slow down, especially in town, and just realize that, even if you drive as fast as you want to drive, you're only going to maybe make up 1 minute, and it's not worth the risk.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Right. I understand.
I try to remind myself of that. I try to slow myself down. I like to drive fast anyway, but I try to. I really do.
Yeah, I understand that, but it just really, there's just crazy people out nowadays, and it's getting worse.
Yeah.
But anyways, hopefully it'll get better. But I want to take the time, Mr. Ron, and wish you and your family and your children and your mom and dad in La Follette.
Yeah.
Oh, speaking of that, how did that singing go Sunday on the 16th?
Dad said it went good. I haven't talked to him. To get the details, but he said it went good.
Well, that's good.
Yeah. Ivan Parker's a pretty big deal.
Uh-huh. And would you try to find somebody that can come on and give the history of La Follette?
You know what? You asked me that before, and I forgot to look. I need to find out. Somebody can give the history. You know what? Scotty Kitts is the mayor up in La Follette. Me and Scotty are buddies. We've been buddies for 40 years. I'm gonna text him right now and ask if he knows a La Follette historian that could come on and talk. I'm gonna do that while last time I talked to him, I was up there for Halloween. And I got to talk to him then. I'm going to ask him that right now, Darlene, and I'll find out.
Okay, Ron. Y'all be good, all of you down there, and you have a great day and a better day tomorrow.
I appreciate you.
See ya.
See ya. Bye-bye, ma'am.
See ya.
865-457-1380, 877-711-4005. If you guys like to jump in, join in, we'd like to have you. This is Ask Your Neighbor. We do this, we do it every day, just about it. Not just about it. We do it Monday through Friday. We won't be here next Thursday. I I'm going to be here in the morning, but we won't have Trading Time or Ask Your Neighbor. And I think next Friday, Jay's going to do Trading Time and Ask Your Neighbor. I might have a best of or a repeat on Ask Your Neighbor, but Jay will be here for Trading Time next Friday. Okie doke, Smoke. Let me take a break. Be back with your calls next.
Hi, folks. This is Wimp Shootman. I would like to thank the Eye Center for their support for the Clinton Dragons. I know firsthand how they treat you. This is where I go for my service. The Eye Center is a total eye care center. The doctors and staff are committed to carrying on the tradition of quality treatment and surgery for a broad range of eye conditions and diseases. They serve all ages and have a large supply of the latest frames for your selection. Call 865-482-8890 or come by 90 Vermont Avenue in Oak Ridge. The Eye Center is your center for eye care.
When you have a wreck, a good day can become a bad day in a hurry. But when it's time to get that car towed away, there is a number you need to know. 865-457-6927. Lowe's Tows. Did you know they work with all insurance agencies and body shops? And they can assist you throughout the whole process. Call 865-457-6927. If you need a tow, you need Lowe's Tows. 865-457-6927. They're locally owned and operated. They will tow anything, anywhere, from a Volkswagen to a semi-truck, from across the street to across the state. The stress of having a wreck is bad enough, so call Lowe's Tows, and that's one less thing you have to worry about. 614 Clinch Avenue in Clinton. Call 865-457-6927 or find them on Facebook at Lowe's Tows.
All right, my friends and neighbors, have a great day today. Stick around here with us. We'll move you into some great classic country music. If there's anything that I can do for you, if within our grasp to do, we'll try our best to do it. Just call me, 865-457-1380. And thank you to those of you guys that text me when I don't know what I'm talking about. Like when I was trying to remember Catherine's name, Shannon and Tim and all y'all that text me, and those of you that send me information, I really do appreciate it. You guys make it sound like I know what I'm talking about, when really you guys are just giving me the information and you know what you're talking about. But I'm happy to deliver it and hopefully help somebody's day be just a little bit better. And if we can do that for you, or maybe you've got something going on to make somebody's day a little bit better, if we can help get that information out, we'll do that. But again, thank you very much for listening. Those of you that have listened for a long time, we appreciate you. And if there's anything we can do for you, call me. We'll do it. From playing a song to seeing if we can find out what's going on with animal control, we'll do our best to help you.
Thank you for listening to AM 1380 WYSH and Ask Your Neighbor. Make sure you tune in at 10 a.m. each day, Monday through Friday, right here on AM 1380 WYSH and BBB TV 12. Or listen live online at WYSHradio.com. And remember, if you have a question, comment, or